Hello, friends. We have Shaloo Sharma with us today. She is a life skills trainer. She's also a special educator, and she's been working in this field for the last 25 years. So let's listen to what she has to share with us. The other question I wanted to ask you was, Shaloo, what exactly do you do in your organization? What exactly does it, like, because I read your website, it says people were placed in so many lovely, I mean, it was so encouraging. I would love you to share that with people because it gives a lot of hope to so many people out there. So, and a lot of opportunities open up, at least in our minds. If it opens
Yeah,
in our minds, it'll open up everywhere else. I feel.
sure.
You can talk.
So, I've been working in this field for 25 years, and I was heading a school for 10 long years in Gurgaon. It was an inclusive space, fabulous, where we worked in all age groups. Uh, And then on the 10th work anniversary, after so many years, I had figured out which is the age group that I want to work with, which is the field that most excites me, which is a field that I thought needs a lot of insightful, you know, uh, things that I can contribute. So then I very consciously chose the field of young adults and adults. So I only work with students mostly who are over 16 and above, and my whole focus is on employability skills. I do not work. I do not claim to teach vocational skills or pre-vocational skills. These are all soft skills, and from my own learnings, from all the years of working, I know that whenever I have gone to a corporate or a large giant or a small business or a startup, and I've told them that, hey, listen, I have this young boy or girl who I feel is ready for work, uh, who will learn what you will teach, who will listen, who will participate, who will bring a lot of authenticity into your work. Will you try it out? I have never heard a no, right? Um, but then I have to be conscious of the fact that I have to send people for training and internships into the open environment when they are ready. I have to set them up for success. What does setting them up for success means in my mind? It is just soft skills. And I'll give you the example of lemon tree because that's where a lot of my learning has been, because they are not working on a sympathy model. Anybody who is hiring or giving jobs to our young people out of sympathy, it's not sustainable. Sympathy, contrary to what we all believe in, is a negative emotion. Yeah, we sympathize with people because we feel shitty about being privileged. That is the bottom line. That, oh my god, God has been so kind to me, let me now help this person. That is what sympathy means. It's not a positive emotion. You cannot sustain it. So what I love about the organizations that I have associated with, it's not sympathy. So when somebody gets a job in Lemon Tree, you show up on time where everybody does. You take a brief like everybody does. If everybody does 18 rooms in a day, you can do 17, but not 7. You take a break when needed. You show up for all feedback meetings. You go home when it's time to go home. You're tired? Too bad. Ask for a break. If your supervisor allows it, take a break. Now that's what I love. They are very, very clear in their vision. Once they are clear in their vision, as an enabler, I am clear on the kind of students that I want to send. And then I start sifting. And then I know that if I haven't taught my young people rigor, if I haven't taught them what life is all about, कि बेटा काम तो करना है यार, रोज करना है, हफ्ते की नौकरी नहीं है ये, रोज जाना है, रोज अपने आप को सुबह समझा के भेजना है that oh God, आज भी करना पड़ेगा काम और करना है, because not every work is going to empower you every day. I don't get insights and feel creative every day. Sometimes it's such boring work, but I have to do it. That's life. So the reason why the employability program has worked for me is because I have got very clear cut expectations from the people who are going to be hiring them. Like when we started with Big Bazaar, I was working with Vineet. You know him, Vineet Saraiwala. What a fabulous person he is. He's a lead on inclusion for the future group. And he says, मुझे ये तो करना ही करना है. I need to hire people with intellectual disability. Tell us what we need to do. हम क्या कर सकते हैं? And then we'll collaborate. So, but it took us a good 2 years of going into Big Bazaar, looking at what we can do. And then it took me a good 1 year to look at my repertoire of the students that I have, like the bank of people I've known for the past 25 years. And then I selected, ye kar lega, ye kar legi, ye kar lega. Then we put them in a full 1 year program on soft skills. A part of that was retained, right? So the way my program works is that we have an 18-month program. In those 18 months, 12 or say 10 months are generic soft skills, which everybody has to learn. Everybody has to learn those soft skills. These are broken into 3 parts: work skills, social skills, and your life skills, which are, can I travel, can I count money, can I, all that. So about 10, 11 months they do this. The last month they can do specific to housekeeping or retail or information communication technology or assistant teacher training or office training or packaging or data entry, whatever. And then this last 6 months, they all get internships. Then the job coaches follow them, they do hand holding. For 6 months, they are trying out whether what we've taught them is really applicable to the actual workplace. And then they keep coming back to the organization. So every day we have a back and forth, the job coach here, what's going on? We pull them back. Sometimes we call them a little early. Oh my God, I forgot to teach you this. Ye to sikhaya hi nahi. So it's a learning for us. And then after the end of 18 months, and there are assessments at every point. And then after the end of 18 months, it's up to the employer whether they want to hire them or not. Now, 8 times out of 10, if they put in 6 months of working with somebody and the student actually is going to benefit their organization, they hire them, right? But I do not teach pre-vocational or vocational skills. It's all employability skills. So, like if somebody is getting ready for elementary in the housekeeping, I would teach him how to navigate his way in a corridor. So I will say, आप यहाँ जाओ, उस कमरे में ये देखे आओ, उस कमरे में ये देखो, ये लेके आओ, ये लेकर आओ. I will teach him about safety. But I cannot teach him how to navigate room numbers in the hotel. That he will do once he reaches there. But I am going to assess him on his ability to learn. Like for Big Bazaar, I'll give you an example. One of the things that is there in the assessment in the Big Bazaar job breakup is, can he, will he be able to hear the announcement ki, whatever, Reena Singh, counter number 6 par आइए. Now, I will not be able to understand कि उसको कौन से announcement सुननी आनी चाहिए, but I will be able to test him on his ability to listen. So I will show him a recording and tell me how many times the word red came up. If he can do that, he'll be able to identify Reena Singh, or she'll be able to identify that. So it's a very consciously built curriculum. It's a huge curriculum. And we try and squeeze as much as we can. And of course, we back it up with exposure visits. And I think what has also worked is that I do not have just special educators teaching the young people. I have corporate trainers, I have life skills trainers, I have a lot of motivational speakers who come and speak. I take them to organizations where they spend a day. And I have organizations come into my space and talk to them. Like we had this huge team of interns from Microsoft and who came and spent time with them, and they figured out, yeah, ये तो हमारे जैसे ही हैं. I said, और आपने क्या सोचा था? And then they could go back and say, hey, they are ready for any job. Why are we assuming that they can only do this kind of job? So we have to, at the end of the day, what I try to do is set them up for success and for learning. If they are keen to learn, they will learn anything. If they can they can focus, they will learn anything. If they take instructions from multiple people, they can learn anything. If they can show up on time, plant themselves and sit, they can learn anything. So rather than trying to teach them the hard skills, which I really don't, I teach them how to learn so that it becomes a little easy for them. And then, of course, the peer group, and it's a mixed gender group, which I think is a great motivation. We do a lot of travel. We go camping about 6-7 times a year. We haven't gone this year, unfortunately, but they learn to pack, they learn to be on their own. There are bonfires and songs, and we do trekking and all kinds of adventure sports. And the boy girl thing is happening, and the joke, a little bit of flirting. I think it's so important. So we have to create these opportunities for them so that they feel wholesome adults, and they feel good about being on this planet, and they have a peer group that accepts them. And once they learn how to blend into a peer group, then working in an organization becomes a little easier. They don't feel out of place. So all those things.
Yeah. What I conclude and I understand from what you're saying is we are focusing so much on mainstream education and not giving them a mainstream life. So that if it is given and blended,
Yes,
they are
you've said it. Yeah,
successful. That's
absolutely. We've been really blessed that our student bank has only grown after the lockdown. And now everybody is doing these group online things, and we are doing all the classes online. They are making presentations, they're learning how to use apps, they're editing, they're taking their photographs of their assignments, uploading, downloading stuff, they're talking. We are still doing all the employability skills, nothing has changed. All our social skills, they are still doing money, but now they are doing it online. They're still doing travel, but they're planning travel online. So, what I feel, why I'm so convinced that I'm on the right path is because we've been able to just make this change. So if we've been able to make the change from face to face to online, I think they can make a change from classroom to work and to life and to marriage and to wherever else it may lead them. They'll just move because they've been empowered that we can do this.
as in, have you seen individuals getting married and working and sustaining families? So if you can share about that, it gives a lot of hope again.
So yes, I have seen youngsters get married, and more than that, I've seen youngsters fall in love and date. And even more often than that, I've seen youngsters flirt and chat and have a girlfriend boyfriend kind of a thing, supervised very gently, so that nobody gets hurt. And even more important than that, I have seen youngsters express the need to be as a couple and then be okay if they can't find their partner, right? So there are all these layers to empowerment as a man or a woman looking out for a mate. So there's marriage, there is dating, there's flirting, there is the want, and then there is dealing with the fact that maybe it won't happen right now. So all those levels I've seen, it's so beautiful. Yeah. And we have to, of course, like I said, provide them the skills. Yeah. And provide them the opportunities. Because once they start going to work, we don't want them to just get absolutely enamored with somebody so much that it hampers their work. But they also have to be okay and know somebody safe to go to if they're really enamored with somebody who can then gently guide them in the right direction. Yeah. So we do all those levels. Yeah.
So Shalu, what exactly, how do you do all of it? How is it done in reality? This is like what we're talking, but how does it happen?
Sure. So, and I will talk about how it was happened when I had my physical institute space opens. It's a combination of things, right? We do it with a lot of presentations and audio visuals. We teach through that. We do it through a lot of tabletop activities, individually and in groups. So we're talking about worksheets, we're talking about games that they play, and all these activities that you can do while sitting. We do it through a ton of exposure visit. Okay. And when I say exposure visit, means we take them to banks, we take them to hospitals, we have people coming in and talking to them. We travel a lot. We Amritsar, Chandigarh, we've done Singapore. We were really wanting to do USA, like a university in US where we were going to stay and take classes for 2 weeks. So that's exposure visit. We do it through role play. That's huge. Like, how do you teach them how to deal with bullying at workplace? So we do it through role play. We do it through outstation trips, hugely outstation trips, camping and just staying there. So all the things that we've learned, are we putting it into place? We do it through assignments. We do it through projects. Like one of the projects we did was an entrepreneurship. That अपनी एक कंपनी खोल ली हो तो क्या क्या करोगे, एचआर क्या करेगा, फाइनेंस क्या करेगा, पैसे कितने चाहिए, 2 रुपए में तो होगा नहीं, 2000 में हो जाएगा, 2 करोड़ चाहिए, ऑल दैट. टॉक टू पीपल, फिगर आउट, डैड से पूछो वो क्या करते हैं, will I, so all those things we do it through multiple of things. And now since the lockdown we do it through all online. Yeah, but there are various things, a combination of things that we do it, and a large part of what we do is expressive art therapies and adapted physical education. So we do that a lot as well. So so much of our learning comes through sport. So why not sport? So much of it comes through immersing ourselves in the arts. So we do that a lot. So it's about the self, then about immediate surroundings, then about the larger surroundings. So those are the 3 levels in which we work, and then through various deliverables and using different techniques and spaces. That's how we work. It's very much, and everything has a lesson plan. There's a clear cut goal. Even a birthday party that we celebrate has that those little goals that we're looking to fulfill in everybody. Do go through the Facebook page. It has a lot of these clippets on how we teach, and we very consciously put it there because parents ask that, can we please have a look at the class, because they want to see the kind of students that are there. It's an open class. It's not like no, we can't allow you in. Anybody is happy to look at the videos and join in a class if they want to observe how we deliver our goals. So
Great.
it's very open.
Thank you.
Thank